What is up, everybody? We're here for episode 7 already. We are excited to be here. Joining me today is Jeff Green. You know him. You love him. He's here with me now. How you doing tonight, Jeff?
What's up? How y'all?
I'm excited.
You're blowing me out.
Yeah, I pulled him out.
You're blowing me out. I got to turn it down some. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'll turn it down for you there. Yeah, we pulled you out of the race car, got you back into the show here once again, Jeff, to do the Simply Racing Show podcast, episode 7. Glad to have you back, Jeff.
Thanks. It's good to be here. It's always good to talk about what went wrong and what went right. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm excited. We got a lot going on today. We're going to be going about showcasing, obviously, the finishes of all of the elite races throughout the week, and IndyCar and trucks and all of those. And then Jeff and I are going to go and look back at Indy. Jeff didn't get to finish all of it, so there's a lot that he's going to have to view for the first time and give our comments on to maybe some people that were super aggressive, maybe a little bit too aggressive at Indy. So we're going to go back and see that and see how that all turned out. And then, after that, we're going to be taking a look at our some of the results, some of the interesting things to go about doing there. And then at that point, we're going to go about taking a look at our picks for next week at Gateway. Then we're going to look at the brackets, see who's made it through the bracket. Jeff, you didn't make it through the bracket.
No,
unfortunate.
I was working on it, but other people had other plans, so.
That's usually the case, yeah. So the bracket's getting closer and closer. We're getting a smaller and smaller field, and we got some really good battles in the bracket that we want to go about showcasing. That's going to be coming up at Gateway. And then we're going to be taking a look at some people's setups at home, what they race on, what Jeff and I feel comfortable with. We may not feel so comfortable with what they are racing with. So there's a couple drivers that we're going to take a look at their setups there. And then we're going to go and do a marbles race for Gateway. I'm excited. I don't know if Jeff is. He's not a big fan of the marbles, I don't think.
It's hard to keep up with them. Too small, but yeah, I like it. Didn't really bring me luck. I won.
No.
But it did me no good, so.
Well, it didn't do Dusty any luck either, so if that's fair, the marbles seem to be on a roll in that aspect. But we got that to take a look at and experience with everyone here. Stay tuned. We're excited, folks. We're ready to get this rolling. We're gonna go ahead. I see. Yes, I look like a Skyrim folk. Thank you. Yes, I am jousting with Jeff Green after this. So thank you, Ethan. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started here, folks. We're going to go ahead and take a look back at the finishes of a lot of these elite races and see how it all played out for a lot of these drivers. Gets us going, gets us in the mood of seeing some great finishes here in the Elite Series.
Here comes Sadiq. White flag in the air.
I think Pinero's in the hot seat here. He's just setting up
where Stanley is. I think Stanley's in the spot right here.
Sadiq looking high. Brophy kind of throws the block down now to protect against Stanley. All the while, Nick Sadiq kind of has the advantage. It's now they're going to warn to the inside. Here comes the snake. Brophy to the inside. Pinero going to send it. Stanley up the middle.
Oh, did Pinero go
contact.
too soon?
Here comes Stanley. He's going below the yellow line. In the 3. Nick Sadiq up high. He's going to lose some momentum. Let's see if he can maintain it. Going to go 3 wide at the line. And the winner is Brophy.
White flag in the air. Got a healthy lead down the backstretch on Gerald Campbell. We can just hang on to that for a couple more corners. Through turns 3 and 4. And back to the checkered flag, Chase Cabry. Points leader coming into tonight. He's got to pick up the win as they wreck behind him.
As we are just one lap to go for Corey Heim. As Heim works his way through turns 1 and 2 for the final time, he's going to head for the Ally Suite as he crosses his way into 3. His buddy Mark Robilis to the inside. That's a lap car. No issue there, but coming to the line, checkered flag. It's Corey Heim.
This is exactly what Weeks needs. They get to the white flag. It's going to be a race back to the checkered.
They're going to wreck them here in turn 1. No way they don't. They're 3 wide for 4th. They're 4 wide for 4th. Off the wall goes Tooker. They're still 3 wide.
This is not good.
Imagine if this was for the win.
This is still for a top 5. They are. I can't believe they made it through. Chad Frankenfield has
pushing Bodie on the bottom.
They're all pushing.
Tooker to the bottom. Cullip in the wall.
Oh boy.
1, 2, 3 is decided.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 is already 4. There.
They're already wrecking in the back, but up front here, it's going to be Matthew Weeks. Wins it at Daytona, comes home and wins it here at the Indianapolis Brickyard 400. Well, that was the exciting finishes. Wow. There's a lot of them.
That's something else there.
Yeah.
Can't believe I missed that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised that some of those guys finished in all of those races there. I'm happy I got to see myself in one of those clips. That means I was running up front for one of them.
Yeah,
so
good to hear Gerald's name. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's surprising to be honest with you.
In that truck race, man, he
was fast. Yeah, he was fast. Corey Heim for the first time coming into the Xfinity for Elite and goes out and wins it. So I mean, there was a lot of exciting action going on the racetrack. So yeah, that was really great to see. I think Scott Crump had a question for you here. He asked, "How many gear mounts do you have, Jeff? Have you got a number?"
Not enough, but I think there's 24.
24 of them, and that's not a dog in the background. That's a stuffed coyote.
Yeah.
So Jeff says that if they on my property, I'm shooting. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. I don't.
I've been lucky.
You've been.
I put in my time too, so you know.
You've definitely affected the population a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I've tried to control my part anyway.
You've done your part, Jeff. You've done your part on there. Yeah. So that was exciting racing all through the series. I think Brofree won for like the 15th time already this season, and they've only had 4 races in the IndyCar series. So I mean, that's pretty much already decided out with those drivers. He always seems to dominate, and then there was a lot of close finishes. Even Gateway was good. Dover was a good race. And then Indianapolis, they're 3 wide for 4th place for almost the entire lap, which is hard enough to go around there by yourself. So needless to say.
And that proves how competitive every series is. Just not alone the Cup Series, but every series is so close, and just proves Wednesday at Indianapolis how so many people could have won. You know, I mean, they're so competitive, and so many great drivers out there that it's tough to put yourself in that position. So I was proud of them for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jeff, I'm dressed for battle. I don't know about you. Are you ready to go through the field and watch over the Indy race and critique some drivers, talk about some others, and then see how it all shaped up for this last Wednesday?
Absolutely. Let's go.
All righty. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Indy race. And it starts off with Matthew Weeks getting the pole and Chad Frankenfield right side by side with him in the Kmart kick and tire car. And I mean, it was a track that it's a normal Indy. Bottom is going to definitely matter, and you're definitely going to want to control the bottom if you can. But this is the first wreck that didn't actually cause a caution. And we'll get a better look at that there, Jeff. It was 3 wide, and this is what normally happens when you go 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide really doesn't work, and race, the bottom didn't work either. So the middle guy really had the advantage. So looks like Crump got up a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
I think he got a little bit loose there. Let's take a look.
Had to turn right a little bit.
Yeah, there was not a lot of room.
Run the 33 out of room, and then I got him up into whoever was on the outside there.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Leighton Norgard, and the 33 goes hard into the inside wall. And Jeff, you would think that would be game over for Leighton Norgard. Not the case. He somehow still had a lot of speed and had actually a good finish at the end. So, yeah, he wasn't done. Here's another driver, did not cause a caution. We were wondering for a bit there in the broadcast booth if we even had cautions, because this was another wreck that didn't cause a caution. Little net code, I think. Sonny D got another one.
Yeah. It's hard to believe, huh?
Yeah, I know. Andrew Rucker involved in another wreck there? Yeah, no. And then, Jeff, tell me what happens here, Jeff.
Well, yeah, you got to go back.
I can't go back. That's all we got.
You missed what happened. Me and Vanguard got together in the middle of the short shoot, and then that turned me down, and then I couldn't save it. So, unfortunately, it caught up Jordan in that also. But just racing really hard for 20th. Guy, they don't give up. I mean, they race like it's the last lap. So it's my fault. I shouldn't have put myself in that position.
Unfortunately for you, we're going to see how hard of a hit this was, because you hit a ton, Jeff.
Yeah, it was 9 minutes worth. So yeah.
Yeah, this is where it hurts.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, needless to say, I think you're done.
Yeah, I was done. Yeah.
Well, then this is going to be an interesting point that we have to keep an eye on, Jeff. This is on lap 31. Weeks finally gets up to Chad, who had kind of burnt up his tires, had been battling about 4 laps underneath him, trying to get around him. Absolutely could not. So he's side drafting really hard. And here comes Weeks' teammate to try to give him a little bit of help. And then down the back straightaway, trouble occurs. And around goes Chad Frankenfield down the back straightaway there.
So Mr. Little bump draft Weeks and got him turned right, I guess, huh?
Just a little bit. I know Weeks was definitely trying to side draft. He was battling with Chad Frankenfield for, like I said, 4 laps, trying to get around him, and just a little bit too much side draft turns Chad Frankenfield. And you're probably thinking of that situation, man, Chad's probably really mad. He would never want anything like that to ever happen to anybody, like just what happened to him. Right. Well, wait until a little later on here, Jeff, because Chad
I thought it was going
learns.
To be net code. It was not any net code.
Nah, it wasn't net code there, unfortunate. But that causes the first caution of the night there. And then this happened under caution. And I had to point this out to you, Jeff. So this happened during the caution of the very first one here. Harry fans, turn away, because this is why Harry's not back in the series for next week. Under caution. I don't know what you're doing.
What? Did they run together? Was the caution caused by the 10 or something?
No. Caution's already out. They're lining up to go green. And Nick Indelicato was a lap down, letting people. No, Nick was letting people go by, and I don't know what Harry was doing.
He must have went to the bathroom or something. Poor
as Harry's lawyer, you're pleading the I went to the bathroom. What was the?
Or maybe the cat got in his lap or something.
The cat. There we go. So Harry had it. I don't know if he owns a cat, but he did for then. As he just comes out of nowhere and just kind of.
I mean, he turned into him, yeah.
I don't know. And the thing is, this is strike 2 this week for Harry under cautions for causing a wreck. At Dover, he tried going down pit road under caution and decided way too late, hit the wall, the pit road wall, and went back into, I think it was Evans.
Zach.
Yeah. and blew his night too. So this was almost two nights in a row for Harry under caution.
Is Harry gone, or is he still available?
I think Harry. I mean, we'll have to get word, but I think he's going to go back to the batting range for a little bit. He's going to have to prove himself again. He started off great this season, winning a stage in the Daytona, and then Scott Crump says he just needs to go hit the pace car. Do you really want him to go out there and hit the pace car? Maybe if we have Harry run the pace car, ARCA only for Harry for the foreseeable future. So yeah, that's interesting. Here's a little later on. So now, remember Chad Frankenfield's issue, and he got spun out there by getting side drafted. Yeah, you'd think he would learn, like, hey man, side drafting is not right. Well, let's go ahead and see what happens here. So Chad's trying to get that bottom groove to work. It's not working. Ethan Stanley's going to try to take the position on the outside, and then side drafts him, gets him loose, and then throws it into the turn.
Oh no, forgot to let off.
Yeah, I forgot there was a turn there in Indy. There's only 4 of them. Okay, so that's the start of it. Ethan Stanley got on radio, not too happy with that kind of situation, obviously. Okay, well, how about maybe in the next lap by? Chad's losing another position to the outside. Oh, here comes Ethan Burrell trying to take it on the outside. What is Chad going to do?
Oh, man.
This is 10 laps after Chad just got turned from side drafting. So,
did Chad get a tally on that or not?
We're gonna have an interesting conversation here after we take a replay here on that whole debacle. So, Chad Frankenfield is gonna he's frustrated at this point, and was tired of getting passed on the outside. Well, needless to say, he taught Ethan a lesson on trying to make a pass on the outside.
Poor Ethan.
Poor Ethan.
Yeah.
He did rebound there at the end, but he had he said he had steering wheel damage and everything. So here's the thing. There is a rule in Elite that I don't know if everyone agrees upon, that if you get severe damage, it's a tally against the person that gave you the severe damage. Well, I think somehow there's now it has to meet a minimum amount of damage.
We did not change the rules, did we?
Not an Elite. No. Of course we didn't change the rules, Jeff.
Oh, no.
But no, yes, we did change the rule. So there is a time amount of damage to go about getting to get that penalty, and Ethan did not meet that time amount, and needless to say, Ethan was not too happy about that. Well, this is now a little later on. We're getting to the end of stage 1. Stage 1 was on lap 50. There goes Tate Lytle to take the lead, and that allows Tate Lytle to go about getting the stage in. So now everyone's pitting under green flag. Our next stage is at lap 100. We have a couple drivers coming down pit road early, very early, to get tires. And then, boom, right after that, caution comes out to Chad Frankenfield's advantage quite a bit. That helped out Chad quite a bit. He's going to now be able to get the lead, but this is what caused that caution that facilitated this. Mark Rebellis around on the back straightaway there. Hard hit for Mark, and I don't know. You give me your opinion on that one, Jeff.
Well, I don't know if he got loose right here or what to come up, but no, don't look. Well, maybe a little bit loose, but I think it got a little bit loose and they connected, and then it was over from there. But
I don't know, Dave. I don't know what the number is for future reference. That's a changing story. So green flag back out. Chad Frankenfield is going to start out front. So Chad all of a sudden is now leading this event. 90 on lap 90. We get another caution here. Lap 100 is the stage in. So this is Ryan Schold, who did a really good job getting some points earlier on in the session. Gavin Hibbs. This was a very common theme. Tapping the wall at night. And around goes Schold as he gets the bad end of the stick there. So now we have 6 laps to go before the end of the stage, Jeff.
We got to talk about that penalty here when we get done. So, again,
You want to? We'll go over the penalty at the end of it all. But this is Tate Lytle now getting help with Matthew Weeks to get themselves around Chad Frankenfield. As I stated, the stage end was at lap 100, and you see here Tate Lytle goes back-to-back on stages that night and wins both stage 1 and stage 2.
Awesome. He's fast.
Tate Lytle's fast, the 3-time champion. Oh no, Sonny D.
Not Rucker.
Not Rucker.
We wear Rucker out, but he deserves a little bit of it.
I agree with you a little bit.
Oh, I see. That's not good.
Oh no.
That wasn't Rucker's
Chris
fault.
Wright. No, not Rucker's fault. I agree. And Chris Wright gets involved. Hard contact for both of those drivers there. Doesn't that happen a lot, Jeff? The guy that starts it gets away scot-free.
Sure, every time, pretty much.
Corey Abbott got into, I think he was looking in his rearview mirror at that point. Didn't see Rucker there that well. And you see on board here, Chris Wright. This is going to be a hard hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, right? Chris Wright, we talked about.
Yeah, that's true. Sunny D paint is very easy to see there, Ethan. That is very true. I agree with you on that for sure. That is we need him in the most visible outfit that he has. And then this is right here. This is that caution allows everyone to come down pit road, Jeff. It was Tate Lytle out front before that caution. This is essentially going to be the pass for the lead, and it was on pit road. So this is very interesting here. This is what essentially allowed Matthew Weeks to be able to get in front of his teammate who had dominated the stages there. You'll see the race off of pit road. It wasn't even really close, to be honest with you, for Weeks coming out or going in behind the 56. Tate Lytle's going to have to fire some crew members, I think.
that number 1 spot helped him a little bit.
That's true. I mean? That did definitely help him.
Yeah.
Caution comes back out on lap 10. This is the case of the race is coming to a close, and people are driving over their heads, I think, a little bit, Jeff.
Yeah, they tend to do that. Pretty much so, right?
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit more at the end, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's interesting about this accident here, Jeff, is all 3 of those are teammates.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah, it's not just Do Good that does this. Yeah. They're not the only team to take themselves out. Yeah, that's Robert Hill. That's Robert Hill.
Okay.
And that's Brent Jones in the 89. Brent Jones' race completely done from that. His tires were pointing in the wrong direction. Now we have a restart with 7 laps to go in this event, with Matthew Weeks now leading out front. Trying hard, desperately to keep his teammate behind him, but a caution comes out with 3 laps to go. Hard contact once again. This just seemed to be the case at the end. It was just people hitting the wall and then causing. I think that was the majority of the wrecks was people hitting the wall and coming back down.
Right. That's a Leighton right there, right? 33?
Leighton Norgard 33.
Yeah, he's in
Watch.
the middle of
Look at who's that? Chris Wright involved. Yeah. Look who just snuck by. Look at that 44. Keep an eye on him. Here's on board with Chris Wright here. And Chris really didn't have anywhere to go. No. Not anywhere.
No.
But look at Michael Goodman here. Look how close this was for him. Almost getting involved.
Oh
boy. Yeah. If his car was just a little bit longer, it would have been bad. So here's the final restart. Matthew Weeks able to get the restart here in front of his teammate. Tate Lytle just a little too far really to do anything. But the battle for 4th place was incredible at the end. Look at this. Almost 4 wide at Indy. That's incredible.
That's unreal that the outside can keep up like that.
Really. At Indy, a flat track, yeah.
Yeah.
Needless to say, yeah. But that was some really incredible racing, and for the most part, the majority of these guys make it back around.
Sure.
As you see, the first 3 drivers get way out, not having to worry about this. So then out front, Matthew Weeks gets his 2nd win of the season. Incredible stuff by Matthew Weeks. He wins it at Daytona, and now he wins it at Indy. He's going for the big checks this year.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah. So needless to, he's definitely showing up this season for these big events, and this is another Pro Edge win. All it took for them to start winning a bunch is just for Ethan Burrell to stop racing for them. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Ethan's
the owner, right?
Yeah, he's the owner, and they got him out of the building, and now they're starting to win all the races. So, needless to say, it's working out great for those drivers. Matthew Weeks able to come home. Once again, Tate Lytle not able to get the victory with having probably one of the strongest cars. That's 2 weeks in a row for Tate Lytle to miss out on being able to win. That was the finish, and that was the race there. Now, you wanted to talk about that penalty there. What's your opinion on that matter?
Going in before Wednesday, there was no time limit. There was no on the penalty. I mean, just if you made damage to somebody else's car, you got penalized, correct? You had a tally.
I think people were complaining about it, and they were talking about changing it, but no one really ever tells us when they go about making the change, because essentially, if you just accidentally bump someone under caution, they could say, "Oh, I got severe damage." You don't know how much damage I have. So I guess they were trying to contemplate on time, but the whole thing is that iRacing is really fickle about how much damage equals how much time, because Ethan Burrell only had, I believe, around 27 seconds worth of damage, which does not meet that time frame, but it was driving way worse. Now, he got it fixed and was able to come back at the end, but he missed out on stage points. He missed out on a lot of opportunity there that obviously didn't work out for him.
I figured Ethan would have minutes of damage with that hit, but
I would have thought so too, but his wheel was crooked in the end for that, and I don't know. It's time penalty is difficult to say because iRacing doesn't really have like, hey, 20 seconds means you're this amount of seconds slower. It's just one of those things.
What is the time limit?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a minute. I think it's a minute. Again, or 30 seconds, one of those two.
From a cup car to an ARCA car to a truck, it's all going to be different.
It's all going to be different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can have the same hit in each car and be different. So.
Absolutely. I mean, you take a look at an Indy car. If you got 20 seconds of damage on an Indy car, your race is done. Those cars aren't made to take a hit at all. So I don't know. The time penalty is I think it should be base by base situation. That one, when it's visibly slower, I think it should be a base by base penalty. But oh well, that's Ethan Burrell's race, But I'm sure it'll change next week. We'll see how it goes. So this is now that you've gotten to see what the what the race looked like. Let's go back and see exactly some of the statistics to keep an eye on here. This was the finish results here and some interesting points that I wanted to showcase. Tate Lytle gets 23 bonus points. What a night for Tate Lytle and Matthew Weeks. Both of those drivers scored 60 points to their name. Wouldn't you figure it? They're both leading the point standings now, 1 and 2 up there. So doing a really good job. Tate Lytle gets a driver rating of 110. That's one of the highest for an oval race that we've seen so far. So Tate Lytle putting up some really good numbers there and led the most laps, 67. So had some really good laps there. Chad Frankenfield, to his point there, really good result. Really good result for Chad Frankenfield. 51 laps led. He was not tire saving the entire race. So yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I think some interesting notes. I think the driver with the most amount of incident was Andrew Rucker, if you can believe it, with 16
good.
points. Yeah, 16 points to his record there. Ethan Burrell, average running position 13th, so he did come back there at the end. So that was really good for him.
That was a good recovery. Ethan messed up qualifying and run out of time, so he didn't start where he should have started. So he was an uphill climb the whole night. So proud for him.
Yeah, really good. Really good job for him to be able to come back there at the end. One of our fellow co-hosts here that comes on. I believe he's going to be the next one that co-hosts. So tune in for when Ethan gets back onto here. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of nice things to say about Chad when that becomes available.
Yeah, and I picked him too. So I picked him to win that race and come up a little short.
Yeah, Chad stole some of your points there. Let's go ahead and take a look at when we're talking about picking drivers here. Let's go ahead and take a look at who we picked here, Jeff. I pull that up right here. There we go. Yeah, so I picked Chad Frankenfield, the guy that took you well. I got 45 points. Goodman picked amazing pick by Goodman there. He got 60 points for that.
Wow.
You got 40. You didn't get the worst. And then Johnny picked Tyler Fode, 46. Really good points for him. And Ethan Burrell picked Jonathan Cuplet, but didn't show up for that race as much as Ethan would have liked. And then the Marbles picked Dustin Dewar that got 1 point. So the Marbles jinxing another driver.
Yeah. Marbles didn't do good.
Yeah, Marbles didn't do good, but you did pretty well. I did a little bit better than you though, Jeff, because this is what happened in the point standings now for our league. I passed you finally. Wow. I'm not last.
Wow.
Yeah, not last. I'm just happy about that, to be honest with you. Yeah, Marbles at 63, so the Marbles are really dropping pretty badly there. Ethan Burrell's lead has shrunk a lot. With Goodman picking Matthew Weeks there, got 60 points. So Ethan Burrell now has to worry about his points lead in for our league here. And then you and me are just, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't have any idea. We're picking the wrong people, sounds like.
I think we're picking people that are sabotaging us or something here, Jeff.
Yeah, I hear you. The dang stage points don't help.
Oh, we got a question here from Mark Murphy. Are you going to be in one of the open wheel land missiles at Indy? Are you going to try Indy out for? I'm
probably one race away a week from getting a divorce, so probably not.
Hey, you got yourself a nice little outhouse there.
I do. Yes, I do. I'm very blessed, but
you can sleep with the coyotes.
Not. Yeah, I could, but I like sleeping with Mom. So.
Yeah, she's definitely not stuffed or anything, so I guess that's better than the alternatives here. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was our point standings of where they were at. Ethan not happy with John, obviously. Well, let's go ahead and look at who we picked for Gateway next week. We had all picked our drivers here. I picked you went first. You picked RC Anderson, which is a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm sure he knows that track pretty well. He's a driver that's really good at being able to save tires and stuff. So that's definitely a good one.
I don't know what happened to him at Indy. He was there, but I never seen him in front.
He started like dead last, and he never was able to get back up to the front there. So, he's going to have to qualify a little bit better at Gateway. Gateway's going to be another hard track to pass at, if I had to guess.
Right.
And then I picked Tate Lytle because the guy's finished top 3 in the last 2 races, and those are flat tracks. I'm going to guess he's going to have a little redemption arc here at Gateway. Johnny Thomas picked Nick Indelicato. That's an interesting choice. Nick has been kind of under the radar for a lot of this season, so that'd be an interesting choice to see if he can be able to get back. Goodman's going to go with the Chad Frankenfield story of Chad Frankenfield trying to win one here in a Cup car that he hasn't won in a very long time. And then Ethan Burrell picked David Tooker. So David Tooker is going to have to start doing some practice laps for his boss.
Yeah. He's wanting me to get in a late model. Nah, I'm too old for that.
Yeah. I mean, We'll see. These are good ones. The marbles obviously pick whoever wins their marble race, and we'll find out that at the end of the show. See who wins the marble race, and that's who the marbles pick. Kind of a death sentence at this point if the marbles pick you. I think it's like three times now this season that it picks either someone that finishes right there in the top 10, or if it picks someone that finished like almost last or second to last. So. It's one or the other. You're either going to have a decent race or you're going to have a horrible race. But
yeah, I don't, those things are crazy. It's just amazing to keep up with them, especially the track that when I watched it last is something else. But anyway, it's fun. It's something fun to do.
Well, this is what's next for Gateway here. The bracket, the BellyUp Sports bracket. It's now down to 8 drivers. It went from 16 down to 8. These are the drivers moving on and who they're facing against each other. If you don't know, in Elite, we have a bracket challenge race after race. It gets condensed down, and the winner gets $100. And this is the 8 competitors that are going to go down to 4 after Gateway. It's Tyler Fody versus Chad Frankenfield, which is incredible because both of those are more than willing to go about turning the other. Vincent Isabella and Scott Crump, another. Those two are friends, but I could see them having a little fight for $100. Sure. Jesse Racimus, David Tooker. That one's going to be interesting. Those are both consistent guys. And then Tate Lytle and Wyatt Canado. Wyatt Canado, the underdog story, I think, for a lot of this. Definitely not someone that people probably put on their bracket to make it this far. I would love to see, even though I picked Tate Lytle to win Gateway, I would love to see Wyatt Canado put up a good, strong run here.
Yeah, all 8 of those have a chance. So they're all good, consistent drivers, and have really are fast everywhere they go. So should be an exciting race for just that race.
Dave, I'm a knight because I'm here for everyone's honor. That's why I review these races. I'm the holy one, as you would say, for the Holy Knights. So, but yeah, no, this is going to be an interesting gauntlet. Definitely going to be really cool to see. What's going to be interesting is when we get down to 4 drivers at USAA or USA. It's USAA, isn't it? No, that's an insurance company. USA. The short track. That's going to be a really awesome race to see who's able to get it. So it's going to be either Tyler Fody, Chad Frankenfield, Vincent Isabella, or Scott Crump, which I'm hoping, not that I don't want Tyler Fody to win more money in Elite like he likes to do. I would love to see Chad Frankenfield go up against Scott Crump or Vincent Isabella for some money.
Yeah. All those guys will hold their own for sure, and like you said, they're not afraid. So should be good racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, if Chad gets eliminated, I'm not so sure that the bracket's even gonna exist. He might just stop playing it. He might just turn it off. He's been known to do that if he gets eliminated at something. He's just like, I don't really care about it anymore. So we may not know anything more about it. So if we want the brackets to still be made, we might want Chad Frankenfield to keep moving on and this bracket challenge here. So he did that to me in a paint contest. We had an Elite paint contest where it would show like it was elimination style for the best paint scheme, and my paint scheme beat his, and then all of a sudden he stopped posting them for people to vote on after that. Goodness. Yeah, I was a little bit ticked off by that, to be honest.
That's Chad. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's Chad. Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to go to a commercial break here. When we get back, we're going to go back onto the Gauntlet Nürburgring style with Chris Wright. We're going to see how he is able to do. Jeff and I interviewed him for that, and we're going to see how that's all going to turn out for him. I don't feel confident for the Nürburgring walls, so we're going to see how well they're made, needless to say. So don't go anywhere. We're going to go about doing a short commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to take a look at Chris Wright's attempt at trying to get around a German track here. So stay tuned, folks.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of BellyUp Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BellyUp, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BellyUp20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BellyUp20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of BellyUp Sports.
Joining us today to try out the gauntlet is Chris Wright himself. Chris Wright, the elite driver for most days, somewhat adequate on-track announcers for those other days. If you're ready, Chris, we are as well. Get going on track and try to set a fast time here at the gauntlet. As Chris gets going here on track, we have a few questions for you today. Well, Chris, mind if I call you Christopher?
You can call me whatever you like.
Well, Christopher, you get to see Elite from a different angle, different light, as they say, where most people don't get to see behind the scenes. You get to see that. You get to see it on track as well as off track. How has that changed your perspective in the Elite Series?
Well, behind the wheel it hasn't changed too much, but as a broadcaster, you learn to embrace the chaos. You love the chaos. You want to see as much chaos as you can get. Makes Chad much more viable in the booth than he is out there on the racetrack. It's much more fun to call Chad wide from the booth than it is to be part of that Chad wide situation. Not to mention, sometimes you get Chad and Rucker together, and that never turns out good for anybody.
No, I would guess not. It probably... You've seen the perspectives on both ends there, as most of us in Elite would.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's much more fun when you're up in the booth, as you know. You know, you've caught a lot of Chad wide in your day, a lot of Chad and Rucker. You know, if Chad gets around Crump, Chad seems to be the common denominator in a lot of these issues. And it's not always his fault, but he's able to find his inner Ryan Newman.
Well, go ahead, Jeff.
Chris, I got one for you. Chris, I'm gonna call you Chris. Sorry about that. You know, you're known for being a good driver in Elite. What's the next step to make you a really great driver in Elite that you're one to beat every week?
Well, Jeff, if I knew that, I'd have taken that step. I don't know. It seems like in this next gen car, I have really not found out how to be fast. I seem to not qualify well. I thought we were pretty good at Phoenix last week, but got caught up in a couple wrecks. Felt like as soon as I fixed the damage from one wreck, I was in the next wreck, so we'll have to figure it out and figure out how to get some speed in this next-gen car.
We need to get some speed on track.
I don't know this course. This is all blind, Gerald. I have no idea where we're going here. Well, I know where I'm going right here.
Right into the wall. All right, our next question here, Christopher. I'm going to enlighten the common viewer here. In the Elite Broadcasting Group, it's mostly like a family. Most would say in our family, Dave Huckleberry would be the mother, the one always keeping us in line, always letting us know what to say, what not to say. I think, Christopher, you would fall into maybe the youngest brother category. As you are, you're doing pretty good out there so far. Younger brother category, as Dave, mother, would say, if we were to go live at 8, you would show up at 7:59, 1 minute right before going. What is the broadcast family like to you?
Oh, the broadcast family is great. I have really enjoyed getting to work with Dave. Really enjoy getting to work with Robert. I've worked with a lot of different guys there. Ryan Gavel was one of the guys that I worked with when I first started doing it with him, Nick Massey, and Ryan left. Nick's, he's left. It's just me left, and I don't think I'm going to be leaving anytime soon.
Oh!
As you can see.
You left the racetrack.
Great car control, though.
Wow, you got that going pretty quick. That's pretty
all
impressive.
skill, no luck involved there. All skill.
Sure. Oh, cutting the course now.
One over here.
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, Chris. Another year racing with those Mountain Man boys. Last year you made the playoff with them. Would you say you won, or are you the leader of that group?
No, I am not the leader of that group. That's got to be Nick Massey. Nick's the guy who's got the success in the Cup car. He's had way more success in the next gen car. So I think if there's a leader, it's going to be Nick. I think Johnny is way more level-headed than me. I'm well down that totem pole. I am not nearly mature enough to be a team leader or have any kind of say in team operations whatsoever.
You didn't mention Vincent's name in there.
Vince and I are very close on mature level.
Okay. Oh no, gosh, Chris. Oh, get it off. Get it off the wall. Don't get stuck. Oh boy.
I get it off every day, man. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you ride the walls too, don't you? Oh boy. Well, we're I gotta say, Chris. Oh no, come on, man. You're so lucky that we have damage off for these things, because I don't think you'd be making it back around.
For sure.
Definitely can tell you haven't put any laps down in there. Well, I have those mountain guys groups, that Mountain Man group that you're a part of. I was with them last season with you, and you and I made the playoffs there. But I mean, is it a good group? Oh my gosh! Is those Mountain Man guys? Are they a good group of guys over there?
Oh yeah, and I'd say it was before that too. Like, it was fun getting to work with you. I've worked with you as a teammate, and we've done a few broadcasts together, so it's been a lot of fun getting to work with you. But a lot of turnover, a lot of new guys on the team. We brought in Johnny Thomas this year. It's an Elite Racing winner, Daytona 500 champion. Brought in Nick Massey. Obviously, it's no secret Nick Massey's success, and he's one of the best guys out there. One of the best guys to get input from.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Brought in Vince. Vince has got a lot of speed.
You probably would have done better here tonight than you did. Well, I have another question for you here, Chris. For myself, Christopher, when I watch a broadcast on TV, I try to take aspects from those I find useful from broadcasting to up my game, as you could say, and seem to be better, like you should, right on track. Do not get stuck on the bumps there. Got to get it going. Oh boy. Okay, so so you get going back here. Do you admire or try to take anything or emulate from any other broadcast people, or do you just aspire to be more like me?
I just aspire to be more like you. I feel like if I could be more like you, Gerald, life would be way more successful.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That definitely will help you in the long run. Go ahead, Jeff.
Right, I wish I was. I can't believe I'm missing what's going on the racetrack, but
it's terrible, Jeff. It's a carnage out here.
I'm Johnny Sauter, man. That paints a
I hear you. Yeah, 10-4 on that. Have you made more money racing in Elite or broadcasting in Elite?
Ooh, that's tough, because there for a little bit I was really finishing good in the points and whatnot. Probably broadcasting, because I've been doing it for a while now, so I would have to say probably broadcasting.
You'd hope, because you're not making any money on the road courses here.
Hey, we knew this going in.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're about to get going to the fast part of the racetrack, and hopefully you can keep it on track for that part. As we get to the fast part of the track, we're going to go into the fast questions here. I want you to answer these quick. These ones here, you're going to answer as quickly as possible, as, man, you're going to try to concentrate on what's on road here. But so I'm going to ask these, you answer them quickly here, essentially. Which Elite driver could you see losing to a pissing match with on track?
Myself losing to him?
Yeah, to a pissing match.
Chad.
You think Chad would win in a pissing match against you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough.
All right. Let's say you're driving down the road, and both a sweet old lady walk out on one side of the road and the punk youth on the other side. What would you choose to do, Chris?
What do you mean? What would I choose to do?
What would you do? Punk kid on one side and a sweet old lady on the other side. Which one are you choosing? What are you choosing? What are you choosing to do?
I'm choosing the sweet old lady, I guess.
Why wouldn't you just stop?
Ooh, that was good. I did not. Yeah, it's really hard to think through these questions.
So there you have it, folks. Chris would just run over a sweet old lady.
Oh, no,
Good
I would help
reason.
the sweet lady. I didn't realize I would hit her.
Yeah.
No, I'm hitting the punk kid. I'm hitting the punk kid.
Okay. Here now, create the next boogity boogity boogity.
You broke up there. What'd you say?
Here now, make the next boogity boogity boogity. Create the
Boogity
next
boogity
one.
boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
No, create a new one.
I'll create a new one.
Yes.
Let's all go to wreck and turn 1.
Okay, there you go. Great. I want to hear that for Monday nights. Go ahead, Jeff. Oh my gosh. Go, Jeff.
Who's the biggest star to ever race against who's the biggest star you ever raced against on iRacing?
Jeff Green, 2000 Busch Series champion.
Great answer. Great answer.
That was the correct answer there.
Yeah, there you go.
Last question here, Chris, before you cross the line here. I think what holds you back, it's your last name. NASCAR drivers do not turn right, and neither should you. What is your new last name, and what would put you on the top of elite?
Fody.
We need 3 Fodies in elite. There you go. Christopher Fody, you're able to finish off the gauntlet here. Keep going. You can celebrate here. We're going to give you can do burnouts.
Celebrate. Did you see that? I want to celebrate.
It's a celebration. You finished. That's more than I could have expected, to be honest. You were able to finish the gauntlet somehow, some way, with the vehicle still going straight for some reason. But overall,
I think somewhere back there at turn 75, I got my pilot's license too.
You know, I don't think you did too bad because you never once slowed down even for the turns there. I don't think anyone's taken advantage of not having any damage on the car more than you have here today. But we want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout outs, maybe on the broadcast side and also on the racing side, as you have an accomplished career. And now you can say you can put the Nürburgring down as one of those.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to everybody at Elite, yourself, Gerald, Chad Frankenfield running a great league. We give him a lot of shit, a lot of hell, and he takes it in stride for the most part. Dave keeps us all in line. A lot of people who don't have anything to do with the broadcast and know how that works behind the scenes. Like Dave is the guy that makes all that happen, so we couldn't do what we do at ERN without Dave. And then, of course, everybody at Chairgating, all the boys back at the shop that... well, they don't have to fix this car. It fixed itself there after I knocked the tires off of it one time. So,
thank goodness.
All the teammates, everybody back there. Robert Hill, of course, working with him in the booth, and him as a teammate / car owner / whatever. Robert wears a lot of hats, and thanks to you guys for having me on tonight. I can't wait to watch this back and see exactly how bad it is. And did we have a time? Was I the slowest? As long as I wasn't, if I wasn't the slowest. That'd be awesome.
And about every single person asked that before I ever can tell you the time. You won't find out here, folks. You'll find out in the booth. And that's where we're going to head to right now. Thank you, Chris. We're going to head to the booth, and we're going to take a look at that time that Christopher Fody was able to complete here. Well, that was appropriate. Right at the end, he slams into the wall.
I feel like I need some aspirin as much stuff as he hit. I feel like I hit
it. I can't believe we tested the walls at the Nürburgring this time around. Oh man, that last turn, that might be what you have to do, to be honest with you, because he went into it, man. He hit it hard. He said, "Screw the turns." He just went right over the rail there. But wow.
The next season, you probably need to turn the damage model on, so that way.
No, we would never get some people to finish, to be honest with you.
They had to slow down some.
Our 10-minute interviews would be like 30 or restarted multiple times. No, I got a couple ideas for the gauntlet for next season, so I'm ready for it. I think we're gonna have some more fun with the gauntlet. Let's go ahead and take a look at Chris Wright's time. You would think he would be really slow, but you also have to remember he cut like 5 or 6 or 7 of the turns there in half. So let's see what he did. Where did he finish there?
Oh wow!
4th. Yeah,
look how close.
Yeah, he was not far off. He was only about 14 seconds off the fast time. And that just goes to show you. Yeah. Well, it just shows you just go full throttle. Don't why stop? Yeah. Why do you need to turn? The wall will help you. Yeah, that's incredible. Fody still on top that he has been this entire time. Tad still up there in the top 3. So yeah, Dustin Dewar. I thought Dusty was going to be out of there if he maybe practiced on it, but he never got to practice. But Dusty still going to be last there. I see some people commenting about it on here. Matthew says, man, if he didn't stink. Yeah, Matthew, you probably should have just gone just a little faster and not get stuck on the track. So yeah, that was interesting. I'm loving the gauntlet. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't know about that track. Something else. How long is it? How long a road course is it?
I think it's like 16 miles.
Oh wow!
Slowly but surely, Jeff, we're getting everyone to have this racetrack in their account, and eventually, Elite's gonna be racing there. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That'd be something else.
I had an idea.
5 laps long.
I know Ethan just commented here. I know Ethan and a lot of you Coke broadcasters on here with me want to get out there. I don't know if you do, but no.
Oh. Let's go to Martinsville or somewhere like that. Fairgrounds.
I was thinking of I'm trying to calculate in my mind how maybe I could have all the broadcasters that are co-broadcasters can do the gauntlet at the same time or something. So I'm thinking of something to where I ask all of you guys questions and you guys have to be all out there on the same time, maybe during rain or something. So it makes it even more fun.
Good luck with it.
But yes, Scott, that is the official times. You just really you went in 3rd gear all the way around. And Chris went in 6th gear on a 5-gear car into the final turn and didn't lift. So yeah, you just were really slow, Scott. You just maybe should have not been so scared of the gauntlet. So maybe that will teach people. Our next point of the broadcast here, we're going to take a look at some of the racing rigs of Elite here. I love doing this segment now because it gets us to see what other people have as far as what they're running with, what they're what they're able to do out there with the rigs that they're running on and everything. So some drivers may make you a little scared to see what they're out on there on the racetrack with you, and some other ones make you go, well, shouldn't you be faster if you've got something like that? But we'll take a look here and see. Let's see here. We're gonna do with the first one here. We're gonna do this one. The bottom picture didn't come in. I'm not sure why the bottom picture didn't. This one is with Ryan Schold. He has a really good setup there.
Nice. Yeah, very nice.
Very nice setup. He's got like a lot of Indy cars and a lot of diecast on there. I don't know what else you could use that room for. That looks like Harry Potter's room with how small it is, but that must be like a closet or something that he redesigned.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice. I really like it.
Yep.
I mean, that's about best as you can get. We'll have to get a tour of your building one time for the broadcast because I saw your racing rig right behind you, and it's just in the middle of the in the entire room. Did you do that on purpose, or you're just like I'm not moving this thing after I built it?
Put it right here. It'd be all right. I can move it anywhere I want to, so it's. I've got it angled enough where I can watch the broadcast on my TV. So.
Yeah, that's true. I got mine where I can see the TV too. Maybe you would have done better if you didn't have the TV on during Indy.
Yeah, I tend not to watch it under green, but under yellow I will. So.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the next one. This one's Robert Hill. Not really his whole room setup, but this is what he does the broadcast on. One of our broadcasters and racers. So he's got a pretty big screen. I don't know what you would use that screen for other than broadcasting. What do you need to see with your race car with something that tall? That's a tall monitor.
That is.
I don't know if it's just the angle.
Maybe he's got a TV like running up and down instead of sideways or something. I don't know.
David, you can run the gauntlet whenever I can get Rain to work with it. You're too fast. The good guys have to do it in the rain. This one is a driver we know and a co-host of ours. No, that's not that. Yeah, that is. That's Ethan Burrell's setup there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on his pedal box?
I really can't.
Man.
But
yeah.
it's
something. He's got his pedal box taped to looks like a tote, and this guy is killing this rig.
Oh my gosh. How short are you? Like you can't reach the pedals unless they're up on something? Oh, come on, Ethan. Grow a little. I like the Bristol poster.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a nice Bristol poster there. Wonder if you could see if you were racing in that one, because that's old Bristol too.
Yeah, a lot of people there, so probably back in the day, I imagine. That's cool.
It's not bad. It's not a bad setup, but it's just, man, that's got to be rough for like a long distance race. Like that's got to be really, really rough to drive on for a long distance race there.
I mean, I hope he's got his wheels chalked or something on his. I mean, I would just be skating around the floor as much as I pull on the wheel, but.
Ethan, if your wife's sweaters are in the bag, what happens when it's cold? You just like drive really crappy or something? what happens? You lose you have to reach for the pedals then at that point? Oh, you got brakes on the wheel, so he just pushes the buttons.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes us all feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right. Our final driver, one that fills me with the most ain'ts out of anything here, is Chad Frankenfield. What in the world, Chad? Clean it up a little bit. What in the world is going on in there? In a corner for sure. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Maybe that's all his wife will let him do there.
Maybe yeah, he says. Chad, you're here. Chad's in the closet. By Jeff Green. Jeff Green, you said it here first, folks. Chad's in the closet. Chad, come out of the closet, man. Come out of the closet. Get out of there and get into a racing rig. Yeah, if you guys want, message me with your racing rig, so that way for next week we can be able to post it onto here. We like to look at them. We like to see and criticize and make fun of or admire sometimes of your Tate Lytle with his setup there, or maybe we'll get Jeff Green set up onto here one time and see what a real setup is. You make a lot of setups, don't you, Jeff? You do that for a bit.
I've done a few just for friends, and I've made a couple for myself, trying to make them better and more comfortable, and trying to make myself get a couple more screens while I have 3 screens, but. Right now, I just got one 37-inch curved screen, which works really good, but just a side. Yeah, I think the triples would help. I think, and especially on restrictor plate racing, probably. So.
Yeah, or Indy, one of those tracks.
Yeah.
Sky had a good question. I don't know where Chad's cat jumped on to make him wreck at Pocono. He's got so much stuff there. I mean, his monitor's on textbooks, like a bunch of textbooks. Where did the cat jump on? I don't know if you'd lose a cat in all that mess, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah, me neither. All right, so our next segment is going to be for Chad?
No, for myself, because those guys wear me out. And I feel like I've got one of a nice rig and everything's stable and locked down, and these guys are going across the floor and
taping their rigs together.
Yeah, taping them up. But anyway, I'll get better.
Don't worry about it, Jeff. You've got a soft spot in my heart, no matter who you wreck.
Girl,
I'll be on your side no matter what. I know.
Yeah.
I really am. That's what everyone says about me. All right, we're gonna go and do the last. Yeah. Now you're cracking up laughing. You know that's not true. So now we're gonna go to the last portion of the event here tonight. We appreciate everyone tuning in. We really appreciate everyone seeing Jeff Green. I know everyone's here just to see Jeff Green and not the guy in the night costume. But regardless, I'm here for your entertainment. Are you not entertained? We're going to do something very entertaining here. We're going to take a look at the marbles race. That marbles race will be determined who is going to win, or more importantly, probably finish dead last at Gateway if you're Jeff Green. Are you feeling confident? We haven't had a repeat winner. You going to be the first repeat winner here, Jeff?
I'm not sure I want to be, but we'll try.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all shapes up. We're going to take a look at the marbles race. Starting up front here, looks like it's Nick Indelicato.
Look at the Buck Central 10 upper hunting. Way too early for that, though.
Yeah, way too early. You feel confident at Gateway, Jeff?
Not really. Not in that car. I don't feel confident anywhere in that car.
Yeah, that's true. That car can get a little rough. Ethan Burrell, last week's winner of the, or not last week's, 2 weeks winner, 2 weeks ago winner of the Gauntlet, doing pretty well. Oh, he's dropping back just a little bit here. Wyatt Canado now takes over the lead. Wyatt, that's a new driver up front for these Gauntlet races. That's not too bad. Tate Lytle's up there. Ethan Stanley, R.C. Anderson. These are some heavy hitters in Elite.
Absolutely.
This is some good drivers here. So maybe the Gauntlet's onto something. 5 laps to determine it. I went with the dirt track horse ring kind of Gateway. You know, maybe Gateway's known for horse racing, I guess. Maybe not, but Ethan Stanley now out front. Wyatt Canado jumps out right behind him. Oh, puts him in the wall a little bit there. It looks like it's Jeff. You're getting up there. Look at you. You're up to 4th.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there.
Oh, you're dropping back. You're dropping back just a little bit.
Yeah,
it's getting swarmed. See, now this would be awesome. Goody is somewhere in there.
He's roaming
it's so
around
hard
in the
to tell.
back here.
Well, that's if you're out front. You're in a conglomeration of letters.
That's awesome.
They spread out a little bit. It's kind of like Gateway.
Yeah.
Ethan Stanley now out front in front of Trey Holmes. Wyatt Canale still right there. So we still have a lot of drivers. Oh, Garrison Hogan's up there. That's the driver I haven't seen run in the front of these Gauntlets events. So we got some new people here coming to. Whoa, R.C. Anderson came out of nowhere. What in the world?
Dang, he stretched it too.
He came out of nowhere. He's like 4th when that came out of that turn. He hit the afterburners. Look at him go.
No,
this is kind of like real life. R.C. Anderson on the long run kicks off from the field.
No doubt. Oh, you know, I picked him for St. Louis too. So
yeah, you might be onto something. You and the. I don't know if that makes you feel better about your pick because it never works out.
Yeah, it could though. There's always a start.
Coming out of turn number 4, coming to the final lap here. Garrison Hogan trying to make a run. Here comes Wyatt Canado. They're all starting to catch up to R.C. Anderson. He's losing a little bit of time. Last lap, folks. Who's going to win the marbles race for Gateway here? R.C. Anderson still out front of this event on the back straightaway. I don't know. He's looking pretty good, Jeff.
Yeah, I think he's got this one.
You think he's got it wrapped up at this point?
I think he does. See, staying up high. Now he come low. He's gonna get a good run off there. I think he'll be fine coming to the checker. Oh yeah, he's got it. Yeah. Just
kind of like in real life, he puts us all to shame and wins it on the long run.
Yeah.
R.C. Anderson's gonna be the Gauntlet winner here for, or not the Gauntlet, but the marbles race winner for Gateway. That was interesting. That's some new drivers up there still have not had a repeat winner so far, Jeff.
That's good. I think this week's going to be the change. I think this will be where the Gauntlet is something you look forward to now.
Good. Oh yeah.
I mean, Gauntlet,
doesn't change the fact that you just so happen to be picking the same driver as as the marbles.
Yeah, I had a little inside right there. So don't let me down, RC.
Yeah, don't let the marbles down. More importantly, RC, that's the biggest thing. Yeah. Jeff's let down all the time in elite races, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, you said that right.
The face you made there is perfect.
Not funny.
It's not funny. It's true.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, I appreciate you joining me here today. I appreciate everyone showing up to be able to watch all of our antics here at the Simply Racing Show podcast. I had a lot of fun, Jeff. What about you?
Yeah, it's good times, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, we do not have a stacked gauntlet picking. It's just kind of like I message someone at random. I have to come up with good questions, something that both stumps them and also keeps their mind from focusing on the racetrack. So we'll keep a tally of who's next on the gauntlet. Sometimes it's good to have it be a random person, but we should have Harrison doing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It might be okay if there's not another car on the racetrack.
Yeah, just him alone. It'd be fun.
Him alone, he might do really well. I think he might just go full throttle a lot of that. But yeah, we'll keep in touch on the gauntlet picks and no. If you want to know who's running the gauntlet, or if you want to keep up to date, keep in touch with the BellyUp Gaming Twitter page. That's where we have a lot of our information on. That's when we know when. Fine, if you want, I'll put up a vote on the BellyUp Gaming here tomorrow of certain drivers, and whoever wins the vote is going to be who we do an interview with. So keep in touch with the BellyUp Gaming, and we'll have a little vote onto there as to who's going to be picked for the next gauntlet. If you choose that driver, they're going to have to try to do it. So there you go. You happy folks? You get to decide now. It's not just me doing it in the background. But yeah, we appreciate you joining us. I appreciate Jeff here. We're going to have Ethan Burrell joining me for the broadcast here for next week after Gateway. So tune in. It's going to be at 8 p.m. We always have a lot of fun doing these events, and we appreciate everyone for jumping on here and commenting and joining us for these fun events. If you want, like I said, stay tuned with us on the BellyUp Gaming Twitter page. We'll have some more content tomorrow for that. And Jeff, Are you going to finish one of these Elite Cup races here? Are you going to go into Gateway with a happy mind, or what's your plan here?
I always go in with a happy mind, Gerald. That's not the problem. But yeah,
even with me not being in there, usually you and me are.
I miss you. But we get caught up on Sunday and Monday, and so we're good.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Jeff, once again. Thank you, folks. If you want, like I said, we'll be back next Thursday at 8 p.m. Join us there. We have a lot of fun at these events, and we'll see you then. Have yourself a wonderful night, and stay happy.